What's good, y'all? It is Anime K here, and we are back with another video. And today we're going to be doing a reaction video. Now guys, we want to do reaction videos on this channel for a minute now. I don't know if this content, I don't know if you guys will like this content, so you guys let me know. Be honest. If you do like the reaction content, let me know. I'll do more. If not, then I won't do any. But today I was watching this Naruto explained video. This is, you know, he's a big YouTuber, right? You guys will probably know who he is if you are into Naruto content, and you probably are if you're on this channel. And you know, I asked him, I went, you know, you mind if I do a reaction video to your content? And he said it's fine. Now let me just say a disclaimer right now. If I do reaction videos in the future and any content creator watches them and wants me to take it down, I will, because I'm not going to steal content, obviously, right? But I think it's fun to react to other content and get other people's opinions on animes that I watch. And hey, Boruto's anime right now, well, a manga right now that is hot. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about why this latest manga chapter giving us confirmation of Boruto's fate within the village, where the elders are holding Shikamaru's feet to the fire and demanding that he continue the manhunt to execute Boruto, is a really big deal, and it's much needed for the character.
You know what, yeah, just stop, I'm stopping it already. Them village elders, right? I've not made a video on them because, like, I was thinking of making a video on them, but they are just the biggest, they might be the biggest villains in Naruto, right? Outside of Zetsu, outside of the Ototsukis, it might be the village elders, because wow, they've been around for so long and they've done nothing good at all. They have no good thoughts. Like, it's insane. It's insane. They have no good thoughts. At least with Danzo, right? I'm not trying to justify Danzo's actions, but at least I guess he had Konoha's interests, sort of, maybe. But these elders, they have no thoughts. They just went along with every bad idea that Danzo had, and every good idea Hiruzen had. There was like, we don't know, Hiruzen, we don't know. So they were just,
from the moment Boruto
so
the character
annoying.
went from a concept to a proper character.
And you know what else, right? Sorry to keep pausing, right? But you know what else? I wish Sasuke, right? I wish 5 Kage Sasuke would have got his hands on the village elders like he wanted to kill Danzo, because you know he was going for them next, right? I mean, he probably would have tried to kill the 3rd Hokage if he was alive, but he wanted to kill everyone that was involved in Itachi's death, and those village elders were very much involved in it, right? Well, not Itachi's death, sorry, his clan's death, right? They were very much involved in it. I wish Sasuke got his hands on them elders. Ugh.
Introduced into the story. To say that things have been a bit rocky for the road for the character that he's traveled on to get us where we currently are, it would be a major understatement. To fully appreciate what we have right now with the current Boruto, we have to take a deeper look in universe and in the fandom itself to truly see what we have here with Boruto Uzumaki. The character was and is an exemplification of the whole undesirable to desire trope that you see so much in storytelling, and for Boruto as a character, that ran the danger of it actually being a bad thing. First impressions, they're everything, and sadly, it doesn't take too much for someone to create a false narrative based off of that first impression, for right or for wrong. That ends up being parroted by people once the meme goes too far, or the echo chamber goes from a few people chronically online saying it to it being as loud as a sonic boom in terms of the explosiveness because of how far it actually spread unchecked. Boruto was previously at a point that years ago I joked with my guy Eternal Hokage that Boruto getting a manga is what happens if Sakura Uchiha ever got a manga. It wouldn't matter whether or not there was quality writing or if none of the laws in the Naruto universe are broken. You'd have a large chunk of the fandom who would immediately take a dump on it, even if it literally did the same thing that Naruto's manga did.
Yeah, I can't lie. When this first came out, well, I wasn't even really watching anime when Boruto first came out, actually, because if some of you guys don't know, I only started watching anime in 2020, I think, or 2019, late 2019 or 2020. So when Boruto first came out, I wasn't even watching anime. I'd not even watched Naruto yet. But when I eventually got around to Boruto, I can't lie, I was on the internet and so many people hated this anime that I just instantly hated this anime. And then when you go to it and you see Naruto and Sasuke not the main characters, it was hard for me to adjust at the start, I'll be honest. And the anime didn't do it any justice, because the anime it's just not the best. Like some people might think people are overreacting when they talk about the anime and the manga and how they talk about the manga's way better, but as a manga, it's actually really good. It's not the best, but it's really good. But as the anime, it just wasn't that good. And then all the fillers, and then Boruto as a character, he wasn't really I didn't mind his character, but he wasn't really an interesting character for me. Because like my favorite character out of the whole Boruto was Sarada. So I don't know.
We saw that with Boruto, where elements that were introduced in Naruto's manga, Boruto repeats it or Boruto builds onto them, but due to the unlikability that the character had for several years, it led to disingenuous takes like the whole "I miss when ninjas in this series use hand seals," that whole debacle that still gets disproven when you actually read the material and you actually watch the anime. From the start, the character faced an uphill battle. Naruto chapter 700 came out in 2014, and it was a super divisive moment because you had fans invested in the pairing wars back then, where a chunk of the fandom hated Boruto because he was the son of Naruto and Hinata instead of the son of Naruto and Sakura, with even...
Really? Because I wasn't around when Boruto first came out. Was there really people that were mad that Naruto didn't end up with Sakura? I was not mad at all. I was happy he didn't end up with Sakura. What's going on? She treated him like rubbish for the most of the manga, for most of the anime. You guys wanted him to end up with her. I don't know who was saying that back in the day, man, but wow. I don't know. That's insane to me.
Kishimoto's own wife and the female staff at Studio Pierrot being pissed off when the reveal happened in the manga. Then you had another chunk of the fandom who saw him and they went, "This kid is a Naruto clone. I can never support him. He's out here pulling pranks for attention and he's a brat like Naruto." And for full transparency, I was one of the people in the latter group who didn't care for it, even though I could see the narrative reason behind it because it all came full circle. Naruto started the manga wishing he had a family and acting out for attention, to now in chapter 700 he's a father and having a son acting out for attention. His own father sacrificed a lifetime with Naruto for the sake of the village, and Naruto sacrificed time with his son in order to take the Hokage position. I got it, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, and I was not alone. So
you know what? At first I wasn't a fan of it, but after a while you have to realize you were still getting Naruto development within Boruto, because Naruto had to navigate between being a father and being the Hokage, and also it took him a while to realize the same thing that he was going through. He was putting his son through the same thing for the sake of the village, like what he just said. So I didn't like it at first, but after a while, right, when people started pointing it out, I was like, you know what? We're actually getting great Naruto development even within Boruto, and it's actually really interesting to see Naruto be a father. And I think a lot more people will probably appreciate it, like maybe as they get older. I'm sure I will when eventually I decide to have kids, right? That'll be a long way away, but you know, I think I'd probably appreciate it more. I think Boruto will be appreciated more as a manga as it gets older, or as a lot more of the fan base gets older as well, which I'm sure a lot of the fan base is very old already, but you know what I mean. When a lot more fathers start to pop up, right? I'm sure you'd appreciate it more. At least I will, anyway.
We get to Naruto Gaiden, the 7th Hokage in the Scarlet Spring, and we see that Kishimoto made the switch from chapter 700, teasing us that Boruto was the main character for the manga that Kishimoto was drawing in 2015, to us learning that it was actually Sarada. And in this, Boruto's character, he got a tweak. He wasn't the prankster that we saw in chapter 700. But he was the brat who wanted his father's attention, and I thought it humanized him by both showing him smiling that his father was training him using shadow clones, but then getting upset that his father couldn't make time for him, and then getting upset that his father was so busy he couldn't even stop by to get the lunch that Hinata made for him. It set the foundation for what we got in Boruto the movie, which Masashi Kishimoto originally intended to draw as a manga volume, until Shueisha and the production committee killed those plans and demanded the script be reworked alongside Kodachi to make it into Boruto Naruto the movie. We saw bratty Boruto on steroids, but at the end of the movie, we saw father and son make things up, and it made the disrespectful moments you saw with Boruto prior to this a lot easier to swallow, because the journey had a huge payoff. It didn't take tens upon tens of episodes to get you there. It was a short 90-minute film. However, the problem with this is that while Boruto Naruto the movie is the highest grossing movie in the entire Naruto IP, whatever your favorite Naruto movie was, Boruto movie outgrossed it. You can make the argument that due to the repetition of the anime for 2 years later, the sheer volume of seeing bratty Boruto, it created a negative
a Boruto movie outgrossed every single Naruto movie. I'm gonna have to check this out because I've not watched a single Boruto movie. I've watched all the Naruto movies, but I've not watched a single Boruto movie. What the how? How did a Boruto... How? Who watched it? I don't know. That's so surprising to me. How does a Boruto...
Particularly for a lot of fans who were new and had not seen Boruto Naruto the movie, which I remember back then, just based off of my own anecdotal evidence, how many people were thinking that Boruto and Shikadai were going to be on a team together and that Kakashi or Sasuke would be the sensei for Boruto's team, even though the movie literally shows us the teams and who their senseis are. For a lot of people, this was their first look at Boruto's character, and to see the repeated disrespect he showed for such a beloved legacy character in Naruto, it rubbed people the wrong way. And you still have people who checked out on the series within the first 50 episodes of the anime. They were still parroting the line that Boruto's a disrespectful brat, large in part because the anime cuts out 16-year-old Boruto's monologue that starts the story with him saying that he was a brat at the beginning who didn't understand his father's role as Hokage, which for the life of me, I can never understand who greenlit that idea of cutting that important context out the script for the anime's first episode. The damage was done, but this plot twist with the omnipotence brought a noticeable jump in interest from people who previously dropped the series, and some of the main ones that were parroting those talking points were either walking back the statements, saying that they were wrong, and now they're suddenly making Boruto content, or they...
You know what? Actually, let him finish.
They clearly read the series and knew exactly what was going on, but they're too dug in on being haters. Or you have people who dropped the series and they actually read the manga with an open mind, and kudos to them. They said, hey, this feels like a Naruto sequel. The character is...
See, I'm in that last one, because what I did is I dropped to the anime, right? And I thought, you know what? I'm not going back to the anime at all. I am not even watching this anime. It's trash. Naruto and Sasuke be nerfed, which now I realize is such a dumb argument to make because they need to be nerfed for the development of Boruto. But I remember I dropped it and people were like, oh, read the manga. And I was like, I'm not reading the manga. I barely read manga. I'm not doing it, right? And then eventually I thought, you know what? I'll pick up the manga, right? I'll pick up from where I left off in the anime. So I think I read the manga. I can't remember where I actually picked up the manga, but I picked it up, sorry, from where I left off in the anime. And wow, people were right. The manga is way better. It's very digestible. It's very good. The fight scenes are easy to read. You know what's going on, and there's no filler, obviously, because it's a manga, so the story is very well paced. I remember I used to read it all the time. I used to read it at home. I used to read it while I was walking. I used to read it in lessons sometimes. So I was just reading the manga, and the manga is amazing. If anyone's watching this now, you've not read the manga, and you know, you're on the sidelines, you kind of tilt in between whether you wanna read it or not, I would suggest doing it, especially because Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is amazing right now. It's really, really good. Really good. It is all the hype you see for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is well deserved. It's really good right now. So
isn't as bad as I thought it was. Nothing wrong with doing that. I did that with Black Clover. You just gotta be transparent with it. That one plot twist took Boruto, the prodigy that not everyone could relate to, since most of us, we aren't prodigies. Most of us have to work for whatever we get. And by making him the hated outcast, it's something more people could relate to, because all of us, no matter who you are, no matter how well liked you are, you've been in a situation where you've been in a room where people didn't like you due to no fault of your own, just from their own perception of you.
Yeah, he makes a great point there. I think adding the omniscience and adding Ada in there to change his position in the village was such a genius move. I think it adds so much more to this time skip, and why this time skip is so well loved. I think if you had just had the normal Boruto come back and he's a prodigy, I don't think it would have worked, but this adds so much to him. But at the same time, because you called him a prodigy, you can justify why he's so strong after the time skip and why he's stronger than Naruto, because some people don't understand how Boruto's stronger now, and I'm like, how? He's literally called a prodigy. He's literally praised by Sasuke. Who else is he praised by? I think he's praised by Kakashi as well, who was also a prodigy. So he's praised by a lot of characters. So I think him being in the position he is now definitely adds a lot to his character. Definitely.
It may or may not be rooted in any type of fact, and it very well could be based off of a lie. But perception is reality, and sometimes you can't change people's perception of you. All of us have been in that position where we know that there's a truth, but there are people who refuse to listen to it because it's us saying the truth. And that's where Boruto is. That's where Boruto is in this universe. And the elders taking that hardline stance with Boruto is only going to further add to his character because it gives us something to root for. He's the underdog climbing the hill to right the wrong that was done to him, and he's facing real adversity while he's doing so, and the struggle is real. We're actually seeing Boruto struggle and take.
Yeah, because what you have to remember, right, and he makes another great point there, is these guys are still his friends, right? So he's not going to want to kill them, but then they're going to be actively trying to kill him. Look at Mitsuki. Mitsuki's chasing him right now. And thank God Boruto's strong enough to handle most of these characters. And then again with Kawaki, if he kills Kawaki, he might never see his parents again. Now, they're still going to be alive, obviously, because they're in the Daikoten, where there's no time at all and time doesn't pass. So Naruto and Hinata are going to be the same age they were before the time skip, right? So that's fine, but at the same time, what is he going to do? So it's like there's so much elements where Boruto's in such a tough position right now, plus he has the awakened divine tunes that want to eat him, right? So there's just so much going on with Boruto's character and so much he's going to have to overcome. That's why this time skip is so well received. Now, I think if I could go back to Boruto in the original one, I feel like there could be some changes made to kind of get Boruto's character to this point a lot quicker without, you know, without some of the bad writing. But we're here now. We're at Blue Vortex, and it's really good.
Some real else. He's the main character of his story, but he's not getting shoved down our throats like Cody Rhodes, who wins 97% of his matches and only lost 6 out of 149 matches over 3 years. With Boruto, we've seen him actually develop a character and eat losses and have real adversity that he's had to overcome. And it makes you appreciate the character so much more. It makes you root for the desired outcome. He's carrying the burden, being responsible for his sensei being turned into a tree, and lives in the constant fear that some reincarnation of Tobirama suddenly starts a tree cutting business and chops down Sasuke to size. The very village that he wants to protect wants him dead for the murders of Naruto and Hinata. Murders that he didn't even commit. Murders that didn't even actually happen, but Kawaki lied to everyone saying that he killed them. His life, it's been stolen by Kawaki. Everything he held near and dear to him inside the village, with the exception of Sarda and Sumire, it's all now gone from him. No more Thunderburgers for Boruto. He's being hunted by the Hidden Leaf Village. None of the other villages, larger and small, will ever take him in for that reason. He was a real enemy. He has a real enemy in the evolved Shinju that are out there hunting him down. And even if he were to defeat them, the elders make it clear it would make no difference.
Yeah, he's in an even more worse position than even Sasuke was in, right? Because at least with Sasuke, right, the Hidden Leaf, even everything Sasuke did, the Hidden Leaf was still actively trying to help Sasuke, right? I mean, the other villagers wanted him dead, but at least the Hidden Leaf, Sasuke knew in the back of his mind, right, if he went back to the Hidden Leaf, they would protect him, and they'd imprison him probably, but eventually he'd get out. Because look what happened after the last, right? After the, sorry, not the last, after the last fight between Naruto and Sasuke, they put him in prison for a couple of months and he got out and everyone was fine with it. So Boruto's in an even more tougher position than Sasuke ever was, because he can't go anywhere at all. And the only people that's helping him is Kashin Kojin, Sarada, and Sumire, which that's not enough to protect himself against although Totsuki. So you don't know. And I think what's so amazing is, I know people are expecting Boruto to win, and obviously that is an obvious ending that could happen, but I don't know, somewhere, something deep down inside me feels like it might not go the way we think it will do. Obviously, you've got the foreshadowing of when he's in the Leaf Village, right? And he goes, it wouldn't be so bad dying here, right? Which, I don't know. I thought people might be looking too much into it, but at the same time, it's an interesting statement that he made.
When someone wrongs you, are you able to endure that hurt that comes from a result of it? And ultimately, are you able to forgive those who wronged you? Look, I can say it for me personally. I am petty. I hold grudges like a MFer. I would never be able to find it in my heart to forgive Kawaki. You so much as record a conversation with me, not telling me it's being recorded, and then you play it for other people or you make it public, I wash my hands of you. The same as someone betrayed my trust by cheating on me with another guy. I don't care how long we might have been together. She can go live her best life and have whatever day she was going to have. but it won't be with me involved. It'll be with whatever STD I hope that she catches when she does monkey barrel double backflips on whoever she's with, like a $2 hooker. I hope she having the best time of her life, got her legs up in the air going.
That was a great video. I enjoyed that. Wow. That's a great point at the end though. Can Boruto forgive Kawaki for what he's done? Can Boruto do that? I don't know. Personally, for me, he probably will, because if you look at just Naruto as a whole, I mean, Naruto forgives Sasuke for what he did, right? I mean, Sasuke didn't do nothing as bad as what Kawaki's done to Boruto, so you don't know, but like Boruto said, this is the role he want. I mean, like Naruto said, that's the role Boruto wanted, so he probably will. But that is interesting. But how? Let me know in the comments below, guys. How did you feel about Boruto's character before the time skip, and how do you feel about him after the time skip? And guys, if you watch this video right now and you're not reading the manga, go read it, because if you've just heard from this explanation, it is very exciting right now. It's only 6 chapters in, so get in there, read it, catch up, and hey, enjoy it with us. But right now, he has potential to become one of the best characters, and I want to make a video on Boruto's character and actually go into Boruto, because it's like, I look online and there's still people that complain about Sasuke and Naruto getting nerfed, and I'm like, where are you right now? You're still stuck in the past. Just let it go. Let it go. It's just crazy to me. Like, just let it go. Like, either don't watch the anime, don't pay attention to the anime, or just watch it and just warm up to it and try and enjoy it. Because Naruto and Sasuke will come back, okay? Why do you think they've been taking out the story like they have? Because they will come back. But right now, it's Boruto and Kawaki's time, and right now, it's very exciting. But look, guys, this video has been long enough. Let me know if you guys enjoy this reaction video. If you do, I'll do more. If you don't, I won't do it again. Obviously, shout out to Naruto Explained. I will put this video in the link below, because he said it was cool to react to his content. So yeah, this has been Anime K. Thank you for watching, listening, or however you choose to indulge in my content. Peace. I'm out.